We're capping the stringers on the $1,000 Zebra Skiff and using a coring material I've never used to make the bulkheads. I even get started on the deck, and we're a few weeks away from completing our restoration project.
I'm gonna come in and fill up these gaps with some putty. Any of the big holes, I'm just gonna fill them up. Just to even it out, so when we do the we come in with the mat and the 1708, it's nice and even. I'm gonna give the foam a hot coat of resin. Let that soak up some of the foam, some of the resin, get up in the pores, and then we'll come in with the mat. All right, let's mix up another batch. We did cap the stringers, okay, and that came out pretty good. I still got to come in and grind some of the parts off and stuff like that. But so the next step is to come in and we got to do a bulkhead here, okay. We got to do one bulkhead, and then we got to do two bulkheads up top. So on the starboard side of the middle stringer, connecting to the starboard stringer, and same thing on the top, just to avoid that twist in the hole. So that's what I'm going to do today. And the material that we're going to use, the polyurethane foam. I have two big pieces here. I have it in 1/2 inch, and you can use this stuff for like flooring and things like that, and cabinets and things. But I'm going to use the thicker one to make the 3 bulkheads. So the 2 in the front and the 1 in the back. It's a real easy material to cut and shape and stuff. I'm going to start making the templates for the bulkhead that's going to go here, and I'll do the other 2 and see if we could glass those up and get those tabbed in today. I've also gone back here and some of the parts that I broke through when I was doing the transom, and there was a couple dry pieces of glass here. I'm going to fill this up today too, like down here, all that. We already ground that out. We're going to make a bulkhead here, so I'm going to use these cardboard strips to make a template, and we're going to cut them to size and then start forming our bulkhead. I have my template on the 1.5 inch poly foam. I'm going to make the top part a little bit wider, just a little bit wider. So I'm going to cut this out, or we're going to mark it, and I'm going to cut it out, and then we'll go test fit it. All right, I'm going to cut this out, and let's do it. We'll try this guy. See how it fits. So it's a little tight. I might have to take off a little bit on that side, but what's great about this stuff is you could sand it. There. Perfect. So now we got this one. Let's get the other two front bulkheads done. So I went ahead and did the starboard and the port side bulkheads, and I also did the knees that go up in the front of the stringers. And see, as you can see here, I shaped these stringers to kind of the angle, and they're super easy to come in and just adjust with just shave off with a sandpaper, and super easy to shape. You just got to be careful because it is very delicate. So we're also going to round up the top edge so we can roll over it. So let's do that. So we got our rear bulkhead, got our 2 bulkheads that go towards the bow, and then we have our knees that sit up in the front. What I am going to do is I'm going to open up a hole here so water can flow through. So there's a channel, and I'm going to open up a hole back here so water can flow through here as well. Got my bulkhead sanded, and I made these steep holes. Get the water flow through there. Let's go test fit before we start laminating. Let's go and try this one first. Look at that. On the money. Perfect, 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 perfect. Look at that. Oh, okay, sweet. Both bulkheads good. And then we got the rear one. Just put that in there. Now we got to grind out the areas where that's going to go. I'm going to grind that out, get some fresh glass underneath the boards, and somewhere we can laminate to. So let's go do that. Gonna pick up all the pieces and let's get that going. All right, it's the next day, and we're ready to start putting in the bulkheads in the boat. So I've already ground out all this area. I've also left a little piece here because that's where I want to put my bilge. I'm gonna laminate a piece of the K-cell composite board here. I've scuffed all this stuff up here, so let's go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna start with this piece back here. So I'm gonna laminate this bulkhead, then we'll go do each individual piece one by one, because I don't want this stuff moving around and all that. So clean this up. We're gonna bond this to the hole and to the stringers using the FCA putty. So I'm gonna go mix up a batch, and we're gonna get that going. I mixed up my FCA putty. Alrighty. Now we gotta give this thing a hot coat to fill in those pores before we put on our 1708. So we have to give this thing a solid coat. We got our first layer of 1708. Just slide on there. I don't like how this one came out. It's not bad, but I didn't make enough relief cuts, so I gotta come back and grind some stuff out. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. When I put my second coat on there, when I do my second layer of 1708, I'll go in and place the 1708 layer, and then I'll make my cuts, so it'll be a lot easier. Got our FCA putty, and we're gonna bed this knee here. All right, so the phone overheated, but I got both sides in, and it looks really good. I had to make some relief cuts at the front. I got that laid down, but and I put a couple layers overlapping here. So I put like 3 layers overlapping, and then here on the side as well, just to tie those in. So this is all good, one solid good piece. Now we're gonna go on to these middle bulkheads, and I think I'll be able to do. Yep, we did 2 coats. We did 2 1708 pieces on here. 2 more on the side, 3 more on the top, and I think we'll be able to finish the bulkheads today. That's already cured. I'm gonna come back. It's already hard. I'm gonna come back and sand off all the pieces that I didn't like, and make some relief cuts the right way. And that's it. So coming along. Alright, we got both of them in. They kind of overlap on each other over there. go, sweet. Both those bulkheads are in. I'm gonna go and grind that back part now. All right, let's put this guy in here. All right, much better. That's 2 layers on there. I'm gonna clean this up with some acetone. Wet out these areas here because I'm gonna fill them with some matte. This one with some 1708. I patched up these spots in the back of the transom. Once that's cured, I'm gonna sand the whole thing, and we're gonna re-gel coat this whole thing. I'll probably spray it, I'm not sure. I'm not too worried about the color or anything because I'm gonna wrap this boat. Really happy how this came out. Let's take a look, because this is a problem that I had before. Let's take a look here. Now look at this thing. There's no twist, barely any twist in the hole now. No twist, only at the top cap. But then once we put that floor in, it's going to be nice and solid. And then the cap that goes back in on the top, I think it was a good idea to come in with those bulkheads there. So now that the stringer system and the bulkhead is done, the next thing is the floor. So I think we should start fitting it. I'm not going to be able to put it in today because I don't have enough time, I don't think, and it's a little bit more involved, just because it's a lot of measuring and cutting. I want to get this thing done. I'm excited. Please don't break. So one piece is not enough for this floor because we still have the back corners over there and we still have underneath the bow up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline here because it's just a little bit, maybe half an inch too wide. So we're just gonna have to come in and sand it on one side and then shave off a little bit just to get it to come to the bow, to get it to turn in here. But what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use the K-cell board for the front, and the reason I'm going to do that is because the K-cell has better screw retention, and the fuel tank actually goes up here in the bow, and it's screwed into the deck. So I'm going to use the K-cell up front. So you can mix and match. You can use K-cell composite board with the Vinycell, and it's going to be all one piece. So yeah, this is it. All right, as you can see here, this side is perfectly fine. These sheets are 48 inches wide, and this fits, it's about a quarter of an inch, maybe half an inch, quarter of an inch, just too big, which is good because we'll just shave it off, and that means we don't have to do much templating on the side. Is templating, is that a word, templating? Yeah, and see if we could get it to fit. All right, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Not bad. Not bad. Let me go do the other side. All right, there we go. Perfect fit. If you guys like this video and you want to see the progress of this boat, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to see how this project started, click this video over here. And if you like boat show stuff, click over here.